Hello out there, everyone. Today we're going to take a quick look at Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, a 1996 film starring Andy Garcia and several other fantastic cast members. This is a movie that was sort of unfairly maligned as being a Pulp Fiction knockoff because it came out a couple years after Pulp. I think it's actually a pretty good film, and this is coming from someone who's not the biggest Andy Garcia fan. I mean, I think Andy Garcia is fine, but I've always felt like he didn't have the sort of dramatic heft to, sort of carry a film as the sole lead. And of course, their ad campaign here is indicating that's their goal. And again, there's nothing objectionable by his performance. I think he does fine. It's just, I think maybe Godfather 3 always left a bad taste in my mouth, and then I had to sort of get over that. But this film is actually pretty interesting and deserves a watch, on its own terms, and not, through the lens of like, oh, it's just a Pulp Fiction knockoff. I think that's an unfair assessment. So, of course, this is the slipcase that Imprint does, and then here is the back cover, and then inside you have the disc. And as you can see, it's a veritable who's who. I mean, it's an impressive set of cast members here. You've got Christopher Walken playing a baddie, Christopher Lloyd, William Forsythe, Bill Nunn, Treat Williams, Jack Warden, Steve Buscemi, Fairuza Balk, and Gabriel Anwar. And I think the movie looks great. It has some interesting turns of phrase. The writing is sharp, and I think the cinematography and the look of the film all are top shelf. Again, is it high art? I wouldn't go so far as to say it's that, but I think it's an entertaining movie with a great cast, well shot, with some good dialogue, and again, deserves to be seen on its own merits. And of course, Imprint, they always do a great job with their releases, and this film is no exception. There's 4 really good interviews, interesting interviews. The first by the writer, Scott Rosenberg, and then the director, Gary Fleeter, who this was his first film, I believe. Then you have an interview with actor Andy Garcia, and then finally an interview with the production designer, Nelson Coates. So, and the look of the film is great. I actually think this film looks very sharp in 1080p. I don't know that if they did go back to the original camera negative or not, but I think regardless, it looks solid. It's definitely a fine quality product by Imprint. So, and again, this is part of that July bundle that they had. I probably wouldn't have bought it on its own, but the fact that it was included, and having recently rewatched it, I will say that it is a good film, and I'm glad it is on my shelf because I think it does capture the sort of mid-90s crime film zeitgeist, just not with as much flair, of course, as Pulp. So on that note, just do take care out there, everyone. Please stay safe, be kind, and keep watching good cinema.